past following week at the major, we got a good release for season 2 of year 7 in Rainbow Six Siege, and I just wanted to go over some key aspects and give my thoughts and opinions on these, new things that's coming into Siege. For example, the new operator, which is named Sense, that oddly looks like, Viper with her Viper walls in Valorant, which is probably the key premise of this video. I want to talk about, is that a good thing, bad thing, or how will that actually play in general, which is actually something I'm very intrigued about, along with a bunch of great changes coming into Siege coming next season. So let's talk about it. Now, is this really a bad thing that they're taking kind of like a very, normal concept that's in Valorant? If you play Valorant, there's a character named Viper. She basically has these smoke walls that you just shoot up. It's a lot different than what Sense is, because with Sense it's kind of like a Yin Candela that you're just throwing out and it's just like rolling, but Viper, you can just go through a wall and just shoot it, and if enemies go walk through it, they get damaged. So that is where the difference is. This is more just like a light beam, and there are direct counters with Viper in Valorant. If the only counter you really have is you being a bad Viper and mistiming the wall. But I actually enjoy this concept in Rainbow Six Siege personally, because this blocks off so many potential lines of sights, and I feel like year 7 they've really brought in operators that's really game changing, that feel brand new and fresh. For example, last season we got Asmia, or Rock Girl, whatever, which cuts off vertical play, which you've never seen in your entire 7 years of playing Siege, but now you're able to now do that. And especially they now lift it after this major, they lifted operators being quarantined into pro play. So now you're going to be able to see this new operator and Asmia right away into the pro scene, which is very interesting, and it's actually going to be very exciting when it comes to Siege pro play. Overall, I feel like Sense is a really good addition, even though she reminds me so much of Viper because of what she does with cutting off lines of sight. But it's good that there are direct counters like with my Jaeger, and you can, I believe, shoot through it. You can shoot through it. That'd be completely idiotic if you weren't able to. Also, I want you guys to pay attention to when Sense shoots her gun. It's a brand new assault rifle, but it sounds directly like Jaeger's audio when he shoots his weapon.
And they're also bringing a new weapon with them, the high-capacity POF9 assault rifle. Take it for a spin on the new shooting range and see how you like it. Then put it through its paces on the new Team Deathmatch map, Close Quarter, Patience System, and your chance to score some free operators.
Okay, one thing I do want to say, watching these reveals, a lot of these, the gameplay capture is hilarious, because these dudes cannot aim. But in terms of the direction of Siege, it seems like we're going into a really good place. We're now getting our own direct TDM, map, which is fun, and it's good. It keeps the game feeling fresh, and it keeps it feeling good. We're also seeing I think a soft display of privacy settings, like for example the nicknames and whatnot. So if you're a streamer, content creator, you won't get harassed, or if you just want to hide from enemies or whatever, which is cool. I'm glad they're finally adding in a firing range. Now, something I don't understand, why can't they have the firing range in the background, or terrorist hunt or whatever, while you're queuing up for a ranked match, casual match, unranked match, more or less just any modes? Because a game like Rocket League that's been out around the same time, and it might be a lot easier concept for Rocket League because it is just car soccer. But here's what I don't understand: even though it is just car soccer, it is a very complex game, and you can even run different packs and training modes when you do so. So why aren't we able to do this in year 7? There's nothing like queuing up and you're sitting there in a long queue and you cannot do a single goddamn thing. It is 11:44 a.m. right now, and if I was trying to queue right now for a ranked in champion elo, it would take me a little bit of a long time to find a game. But something I do like on a positive note is the way that they detected the bullet spread, and the way that it's lit up. It's not like the normal transparent little bullets, kind of like that. It's now red, and it allows you to reposition the operators. As you can tell, it looks like they took heavy inspiration from Valorant and Apex Legends in terms of that, which I'm not sad at all. Talking about operator guides, I saw Gregor tweet something. And if you don't know Gregor, I don't know how the hell you know me, because he's the he's the operator how-to guy. really soothing voice, not to be weird or anything, but he tweeted this. He's like, I have exciting news. And then I didn't realize at the time that he just slapped on his thumbnail with a very weird shaped, you know, video of his, how to play Osa. And this is something Ubisoft has to be doing. Like they generally have to, because one, it's good for the creators and it's a more in-depth breakdown of how to play these operators. Now, if Ubisoft has to sit down and be like, yo, we need to watch these 7-minute videos to verify that the information is good, then do it. Like, it's 7 minutes and 28 seconds just so you can get a proper, you know, how-to video. And it's good promotion for everybody. It's good promotion for your game because we're making content for your game, and it's good promotion so people better understand this game. Rainbow Six Siege, in my opinion, is one of the hardest games to play because it's so hard to grasp and understand what's happening. So it's if you're promoting your content creators with your how-tos and whatnot, because the operator guides, in my opinion, are a good start, but it's too underwhelming for a new player to get into this game and try to learn it. Because sure, you can learn how to place down an Osa shield, but how do you play it in a team tactical environment, which Siege is about? How do you win rounds using this operator? That's why you promote someone like Gregor that has a 7-minute and 28-second video, and it's overall good promotion because now you're going to have consumers that's going to play the game longer because they enjoy it more, because they understand it more. Even if they suck because they're just starting out, they'll want to play the game more because they actually have a feel of what to do. How many times have you died to screen shake? I bet a bunch. Somebody throwing an impact at you, your fusing, you know, a floor above you, or, you know, anything. It's good that they're making quality of life changes that the community constantly complains about, because screen shake is the most annoying, infuriating thing in the goddamn game. It's like a big butt clapping. Now that's all the key moments that came from the major reveal. Besides, I think that they're adding this thing where if you TK too much in a consecutive amount of times, it carries over to long-term games, like up to 30. And am I a fan of that on PC? No, because cheaters, but they're just not going to get TK'd now, and I guess it makes their lives easier. But I understand there is a lot of toxicity in terms of Siege, so can't do anything about that. Now, we did get the preseason designer notes, which also showed the balancing, which is something I don't understand yet. We have not heard about Finka getting nerfed yet. The LMG meta is very, very odd. We put Finka all the way up here and overpowered too strong. And you know why that is? Because she has an LMG, nades, and a Gong 6. Look at this now. Jaeger's overpicked, too weak, but that's very normal now since you know, he got kind of nerfed. Anyways, so as we scroll down, a note on the balancing of LMGs and Finka. Before we dive into the balancing changes you can expect from Operation Vector Glare Season TS, we wanted to address a topic we know is important to you in the current state of Siege balancing. There are a few components that we agree are tuned a little high, specifically LMGs and Finka. We've been investigating how to bring more in line with other operators and weapon styles, blah blah blah. We can comfortably announce the adjustments will be coming to both LMGs and Finka in Year 7 Season 3. So we ask for a little bit more patience as we work to do this right for you. We appreciate your passion for these changes, looking forward to getting them in front of you next season. Now, I hope that they get a quicker change, because, you know, they're just throwing out Year 7 Season 3, because the LMG meta is the most annoying meta I've like played in. And I played when Lion, Blitz, Dokkaebi, Finka meta was at the all-time high. That was very annoying, don't get me wrong, but there's something about getting LMG'd by 5 different LMGs, because you can bring Finka, Fuse, Sophia, Amaru, and then somebody else, and they just don't stop shooting. It's very annoying. So I would really like for Finka, one, if she loses her LMG, that's cool, but I want to see an overall in every single LMG, just some recoil, just something to slow the operator down when they're ADSing with the LMG, because it just doesn't make sense why LMGs don't have recoil. Like, it's literally so simple. At least on PC, you just pull down, and actually on Xbox as well. When I played Xbox, it's very simple. A big change coming next season as well is crouch walking volume is now being changed, which is a huge change that I am very happy to see. As you can tell, I'm going to show the before and after. The crouch walking, from what I'm hearing right here, is a lot more consistent, and it sounds a lot more like Valorant. Now, I keep comparing a lot of these changes to some things like in Valorant, because with the audio engine on Valorant, it's actually very good and consistent. I gotta give it to them. From when I've played Valorant many times, like, one thing that never really messes me up is sound, which Siege, sometimes it feels like there's so much going on. If there's a hole in a floor or a hole in a wall, you know, audio is passed through a little bit differently. But it seems like the direct crouch walking, and you know, it sounds like it's where it's supposed to be, which is good. And I hope going into the season it's going to be a lot more consistent. If you didn't know that operators now have a third secondary option, you know, because usually they would have two, but you know, as you can see on screen right here, you know, like Glaz, he's getting a bearing 9, which somebody needs to take the SMG 11 from Sledge. But you know, we're just gonna stop talking about that because it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Chichanka's getting a bearing 9, Lion's getting a P9, you know, Dokobi's getting a C75, and you know, whatever. It's a cool change. It's not a big deal. If you want to use the Gong 6 on some of these operators, you can. If you want to use a third option, you can as well. And last change that was kind of hidden under the rug is Glaz. He's changed to a 1 armor 3 speed operator. I don't know about you guys, but with the bearing 9 with the reflex, I believe C, it's goated. It's the best like scope on that gun, so it's really cool to see Glaz getting some love. Is he going to be played more? I don't know, but I'm actually excited. I think with the new operator sense, Glaz is definitely going to be used a lot more frequently and a lot more, especially in higher ranks, so that's going to be really cool to see. But now he's 3 speed and he can run around with a bearing 9, so I think that's going to create some fun gameplay overall. Next season, I think, is a W with some of these minor changes that are actually huge. In terms of content, I think the new operator is going to be cool. I think that it's going to definitely change how Siege is played a little bit more. I can't wait to see how she's played in pro play, because usually that's how metas get set for operators and maps, for example. So that's overall going to be really cool. And to be honest, I'm really excited to see Asmia and Sense in, you know, Pro League. Overall, let me know down in the comments what your favorite changes are. Are you coming back to Siege? Are you going to be playing Siege less? What changes don't you like, and what changes do you want to see from Siege? Besides that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, sub, and comment, and of course, give me your thoughts and opinions on everything we discussed today. Besides that, have a lovely day.